Hi there. In today's video, I want to speak to you about the power of emotion. What I want you to take from this video is that emotion is the key to enhancing anything that you want, anything that you're using your imagination for, which is pretty much everything. Emotion enhances it. So that can be a positive, I guess you could say a great blessing, or it can be an extreme negative. And for most people, that's what it usually is. So this lesson is going to help you to not only get what you want quicker, but to change a lot of the negative going on in your life that has been going on in your life. Like they say, understanding is the key, right? So you're going to hear this video. Once you understand it, that little bell's going to go off, ding, and you're going to go, why have I been doing this all my life? Don't feel bad you didn't know about it. So let's talk a little bit about it. Emotion has a very high frequency. We spoke about frequencies before. So emotion has a very high frequency and gives anything you add it to a lot higher frequency. So it has a lot more importance in your subconscious mind. Look at it this way. There's something you want. You have a thought about it. Okay, so you're thinking about something, let's say wealth. Look at your thought as a vehicle, as a car. So your thought is the car. Now, a car just by itself doesn't do anything. It just sits there. As you're imagining the car, using imagination is like putting gasoline in the car. Okay, so now you have a way to move that car. So thought is the car without gas. Imagination is the gasoline that gets the car moving. So now you have fuel to start your goal, to work towards your goal, to attain your goal. And emotion would be like if you were putting nitrous oxide. Now, nitrous oxide is a huge supercharge. That's what makes a car a racing car. So what we used to tell people, it puts the fast in cars, okay? So it gives you that supercharge. So now you have a car, which is thought, your fuel, which is imagination, and your supercharge, which is emotion. Anything that you want and you want to get it faster, be emotional about it. Now think about it. How many emotions are there? If I had you list every single emotion you can think of, you're probably going to come up with, who knows, 100 of them? There's so many emotions that you can have. Now, out of all the emotions, you probably have about a dozen on a daily basis. The average person, especially people that aren't emotional at all, okay, they have very few. So let's say you have 12 emotions in the course of a day. Did you realize that only about 3 to 4 of those are actually positive ones? There's lots of emotions we experience. However, the majority of those emotions are negative. And that's very important to understand. You need to focus on the positive emotions and neglect the negative ones. Let's think about what happens in the course of a day. You're going through the day and you get an email, $200 just came out of your account for car payment. It'd be nice if it was only $200. And you start thinking, I had that money pegged for something else. Oh my gosh, I didn't plan for it. And you start getting emotional. So the negativity is now supercharged. And remember, one of the traits of the subconscious mind, which I spoke to you about in an earlier video, is that you will always attract what you focus on. So when you start feeling bad about this bill that you hadn't expected, what are you doing? You're attracting more bills, more of that kind of negativity, lack to you. And with emotion, you're bringing it even faster. Here's another example. Have you ever woke up in the morning and you had a cold, or you thought you had a cold? You're sniffling. Right now you could tell I'm a little congested, but it's not a cold. It's actually allergies, and I'll be rid of it in a few minutes because I'm concentrating on it. But you get up and you start to feel, I don't feel good. Oh, I can't afford to be sick. Oh, I have this meeting coming up. What am I going to do? And the more you worry about it, the more emotional about it, the sicker you feel. the worse you feel. Or anytime you feel negative about anything, if you've ever noticed, the more emotional you get, the faster it drags you down. Isn't that amazing? You can drag yourself down so easily. How about if we use that the opposite way? I'm going to go to work. I really enjoy my work. Oh, it's such a beautiful day. I feel so great. Oh, man, wouldn't it be nice to get to work? What would it be like if I got to work and there was $100 on my desk? Oh, wouldn't that be great? Get emotional about it. I'm going to work. I'm going to see my coworkers. I'm going to see my boss. You know, he's a great guy. I really enjoy my job. I enjoy my coworkers. You see what I mean? The more emotional you can get about positive things, the more you're going to attract positive things into your life. The better you're going to feel, because good attracts good. It's like a snowball. When you throw a snowball down a hill with a bunch of snow, it rolls and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Negativity will get bigger and bigger and bigger until you feel so negative you don't know what to do. You know, I was teaching a hypnosis course in, Virginia, Williamsburg, Virginia, a few years ago. And one of the students was telling me he worked in a hospital. And there was this one guy in the hospital that was kind of a negative person. He was, a lot of people didn't like him, so they used to play tricks on him. It was kind of mean, but when he told me about this, it was interesting. So let's call the guy Bob. So Bob came into work, and they'd say, "Hey, Bob, you look great. You've been working out?" And he'd go, "No," but he'd start to pump up a little bit. Somebody else would say, "Bob, you're looking great today. What are you doing? You doing something different?" "No." And they said by the afternoon, Bob was walking around beaming. He was like, chest out, head back, happy, because all this positive influence was making him feel better. It was making him emotionally charged positive. Now another day he came in and they were like, "Bob, you don't look so good today. You sick?" "No, I'm not sick." And they kept on doing that. Somebody else would say, "Bob, you're kind of looking a little under the weather. What's the matter?" Another one, "Bob, you're sick." And they said that by noontime, he had gone to the bathroom. He was looking at himself, I guess, in the mirror, whatever he did in there, came out and he called in sick because he didn't feel well. Can you see the influence that negativity can have on you? It's like that snowball. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Then you start getting emotional. "Oh, no, maybe I am sick. I'm not going to be able to do it. I better get home." And, he probably was sick for a day or two. You never know, okay? So that negativity, that emotional negativity really dragged him down. So that's what I want you to do. I want you to have emotional positivity, okay? So be positive and be emotional about it. So here's your assignment for this lesson. What I want you to do is I want you to think about your goals that you have. What are you here for? If it's a positive thing, or if it's something negative, think the opposite. If you're here because, you want to lose weight, okay, that's negative, it's losing. Think about being healthy. If you think of here because you're tired of being sick, think of, "I feel great." Be emotional about what it would feel like to be great, or about what it's going to feel like when you're great, when you feel better. Same thing with money. "Oh, man, having money is great." And be emotional about anything positive. So that's your assignment. Think of your goal that you have and be emotional about it. Anytime you think about it, anytime you speak about it, even if you're speaking to someone else, get emotional. And you think, "Oh, I don't want to be emotional in front of people." Well, when you're really negative, you get emotional. I mean, some people get emotional over politics, over religion, over, things that they shouldn't be sharing, okay? So get emotional about positive things. And guess what? It's contagious. If you're emotional over positive things, it'll supercharge you, and it'll also help the people that hear you, because they'll be motivated, supercharged by your positive emotion, and it will help to attract that into their life. So it's a win-win situation. Give it a shot. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.